I don't always have a lot to report from Kentucky, but lately things have just been on a roll. Unfortunately, not very much in favor of insurers or employers, but what's new? The first thing is with temporary total disability benefits. This information isn't necessarily new, but it's something that I want to remind everybody that does work in Kentucky. Unlike a lot of states, Kentucky does not recognize temporary partial disability benefits. So when you're sending a claimant back to work, if they're under restrictions or if they're going to be earning less money, we need to make sure that we are having them sign contracts or documents that explain to them that by accepting this part-time accommodated position that they are waiving any benefits. Which state are you looking for? Kentucky is right there. Yep, and then my business card's on the top. They are waiving their right to any indemnity benefits under the workers' comp statute, because what's happening is people are paying partial benefits up to either the average weekly wage or the compensation rate, and then they're having to, and their employers are paying the wages for them going back to work, and then they're having to go back and make up completely the difference for the comp rate, and there's no credit for the wages. So they're basically double dipping. The employees are double dipping, but the statute allows for that. So if you have circumstances where people are going back to work, remember that you don't get credit necessarily for partial disability benefits, and give us a call and we can talk about the best way to send somebody back to work under restrictions, because it's very case specific. Now, this is new news in Kentucky. The Supreme Court recently ruled in Parker versus Webster County Coal that the Social Security cap on indemnity benefits is unconstitutional. So where indemnity benefits used to be terminated for permanent partial benefits when they qualified for Social Security, even if that meant they didn't get a full 425 or 520 weeks, that cap is gone now. So it doesn't matter their age, they will get the full 425 or 520 weeks depending on their rating, regardless. Even if they start drawing Social Security, they get all of it. What is interesting is the effect that this will have on the permanent total disability benefits. Currently, the way that it reads, and because they've gotten rid of this portion of the statute, they're essentially lifetime benefits. And we anticipate that that will change, because that's really not the purpose of the Workers' Compensation Act in general, but that's going to require the legislature to do something, which is in Kentucky is, like moving a mountain. Or there's going to have to be another case. The judge is going to have to award lifetime permanent total disability benefits, and then it's going to have to go all the way back up through the Supreme Court. So we do anticipate that that part of the statute will change, but we're not sure when that will happen. So if you have a case where you're looking at a potential perm total scenario, definitely give us a call and we can talk about ways to minimize your exposure as much as possible. This really rocked the defense bar when this came out, because it's so bad, but we're managing it. And then this is the last slide that I have, but I do want to add something else after this. As of July 1st, Kentucky will be completely electronic. The department won't accept paper filings anymore. That's just more of a housekeeping issue. But the Bar Association recently issued an opinion that said that insurance adjusters and claims representatives can no longer submit settlement documents. They have to come through an attorney, or the Department of Workers' Claims won't accept them. So even if you negotiate the settlement and you have everything taken care of, make sure that you're sending it over for the documents to be reviewed and submitted to the department, because they won't accept them from anybody but an attorney. So you're free to negotiate, do everything that you need to do, but at the end of the day, it needs to come through an attorney to be filed with the department. So
You will not set the available format. I know in Georgia we normally do.
Right, so this literally just happened last week, so we're working on how we're gonna handle that, but I imagine that it'll be something very similar to what you're dealing with